So thank you for joining me this evening. My name is Kristy Peterka, and I am a senior director with Beautycounter. Um, Sorry, I don't have Word on my laptop, so I have to pull up my email here so I don't forget what I want to tell you guys. So tonight I will start by telling you just a couple of facts that you may or may not know about the personal care product industry, and then I want to share with you Beautycounter's history, just a real brief part about my story, and then what the future of the company holds, what it would look like for you to join as a consultant. So, like I said, my name is Kristy Peterka, and I live just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'll get into my story a little bit more here later on, but I wanted to share this stuff with you. So, the last time a major federal law was passed regulating the cosmetics industry in the United States was 1938, so it's been almost 80 years. The United States only bans 30 harmful ingredients from personal care products, and that includes everything from like baby shampoo to deodorant to your foundation, your mascara, anything you would put on your skin. And the European Union bans 1,400, so 30 versus 1,400. It's like kind of embarrassing, to be totally honest. It's legal for the U.S. cosmetic companies to use known carcinogens in products we use every day. I couldn't believe that when I first heard it. The word fragrance on a bottle of, let's say, baby wash or bubble bath can contain up to 3,000 materials in that one word. So fragrance is a trade secret, and companies do not have to disclose it, which means we're putting ingredients on our bodies and on our babies' bodies every day, and we have no clue what they actually are. A study by the Red Cross found more than 200 industrial chemicals found in the cord blood of newborn babies. 21% of Americans will die from cancer. 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed in their lifetime. So I don't say this stuff to scare you guys, but it is like the reality, and I promise it won't be this depressing the entire call. But it's stuff that I never knew, and I wish somebody had told me. So if you're joining this call tonight and you really don't know anything about Beautycounter, I want to make sure you know that before you get off this call. So let's talk about the history of Beautycounter a little bit. Beautycounter was started 4 years ago by our CEO, Greg Renfrew. Greg is a woman. I had never heard of the name Greg for a woman before. She watched the documentary An Inconvenient Truth, and that documentary itself has re-energized the environmental movement a ton since it first aired. After watching this, Greg was shocked by the products she was putting on her body and in her body and what was really in her family's environment. So she started to clean up and make healthier choices. She switched their food. They started taking their shoes off at the door. And, she made all those changes like Teflon pans to cast iron and just safer options that we all kind of do once we learn about this. But whenever she went to switch from personal care products to, harmful products to safe products, she realized there was a real need for products that performed and were safe. It was a big hole in the market. She had a background as an entrepreneur, and so she really ran with the idea, and she created Beautycounter. While browsing different business options, Greg decided on direct retail. So you're probably like, I thought Beautycounter was a direct sales company, and we are not direct sales. So direct sales, they sell like person to person. But what direct retail does is we use multiple channels. And Beautycounter's mission is to get safe products into the hands of everyone. So we do that a ton of different ways. We sell person to person, like what I do. We sell through our website. You don't have to know a consultant to shop with us. We sell through department stores like Target. We've had partnerships with J.Crew and Goop. We also have pop-up shops. Like last year, we had one in Nantucket. So we utilize every option we have to get safe products into the hands of everyone. And honestly, like department stores, I'm sure you know this, they're dying. Everybody is online now. Direct sales is headed that way too. I mean, it's a dying breed of a company. Direct retail, what Beautycounter is doing is the way to go. And we have been approached by multiple direct sales companies saying, what are you doing? How are you making this work? Because in the past, everyone thought that if you sold through multiple channels that you would create channel conflict. But what Beautycounter has proven is that we have created channel cohesion, which means one channel leans on another and they both flourish, which is awesome for us and for you. So if you are listening to this call tonight and you are interested more in the Beautycounter opportunity, you're probably wondering what some of the numbers and the facts and figures are. It's crazy to think, but there is so much opportunity with Beautycounter. Like I said, we're only 4 years old. Our sales last year were 125 million, and this year we're projected at 200 million. Each year we almost double in sales, which is phenomenal. I just got back from a trip to Dallas, and I wanted to share this like personal fact myself about my growth. So I just got back on Sunday night from Dallas, and you probably have seen something about it online if you have a friend that invited you to this call. But last year I went to the same kind of conference. It was in Atlanta, and on that trip I had 13 consultants with me. I had been in the business for about 6 months. This year, 18 months later, I had 83 consultants on my team. So 13 to 83 in a year. Isn't that crazy? That just shows you that the amount of growth that Beautycounter is experiencing right now, and we are going to explode in 2017. I'm totally confident in that. Only 1% of the US population knows what Beautycounter is. So if that's not potential for you, I don't know what is. We have roughly 30,000 active consultants, which may seem like a lot, but it's honestly quite a small number, especially whenever you go back to what I just said, 1% of the population knows about Beautycounter unaided. And I want to just focus real quick on those that are in Western PA, which is like the area I'm in. And I know there are women from all over the United States and Canada listening to this call, but in Western Pennsylvania, where I'm at, there are only 5, 6, 7, tops 10 leaders in Western Pennsylvania, and a healthy city has 50 to 60 leaders. So there is so much room for growth in Indiana County, where I'm at, in the Pittsburgh area. I mean, all over the place. If you're listening to this call and you're in Utah, there are only 10 consultants in the state of Utah. So, I mean, there's just so much potential. I just really briefly want to share my Beautycounter why story and how I found this company. So I found Beautycounter in October of 2015. At that time, I was a makeup artist. I was at home with my little girl. She was 13 months or 14 months then, and I was looking for an eye cream that would be safe during pregnancy and nursing. Long story short, I stumbled upon Beautycounter, and I wanted to buy the eye cream. I found a consultant in Alabama, and yes, I had to find somebody like that far away because nobody was in my area. And she got on the phone with me, and she told me all those facts that I told you at the beginning of this call. And I was blown away. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to become a consultant for this company. I have no background in sales of any sort. And I had never been to a direct sales party. I didn't even support my friends that did it. Like, I was so far removed from this world, but I felt like I had to share this information with my family and friends, and I couldn't let them continue putting the harmful ingredients and chemicals on their bodies and on the bodies of their babies. So I joined in October, and I quickly realized the potential that was with the business. And before I get into the potential that I found in my success, I'm going to share with you a little background of my family. So my little sister, who's 2 years younger than me, she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease when she was 18. She was diagnosed with bladder cancer at 25 and lupus at 26. We don't know where these diseases and cancers are coming from. They could be coming from putting harmful ingredients on our bodies, our parents putting harmful ingredients. I mean, it could go back generations. We just don't know what the source is. My mom has had skin cancer more times than I can count. And I realized in the beginning I wasn't going to let my kids become those statistics, that 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women that will have cancer. I just didn't want them to be one of those statistics. And I'm happy to say my mom has been cancer-free for a year, and my sister is cancer-free, and she's in remission from Crohn's for the first time in a decade. And we totally attribute that to living healthier lifestyles and removing the toxins from our home. So if nothing else came from Beautycounter, the fact that my family is healthier and happier, means the world to me. So I really didn't know what I was getting myself into whenever I found Beautycounter. I didn't want to be a cheesy salesperson. I didn't want people running away from me in the grocery store. I just didn't want to have that kind of business. So I started sharing what I had learned, those facts and figures, or those facts from the beginning. I started helping my family switch from Teflon to cast iron and switch all their cleaning products and things like that. And quickly people realized that like I was kind of making changes and they wanted to make those same changes. They didn't want to keep putting these harmful things on their body. So from the beginning, I've always led my business with education, even though I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring it out. And as I figure it out, I tell people. So I still, a year and a half later, do not have even a quarter of the answers that I want to give people, but I do my time and I do my research and I get back to them and I tell them, you know, what I found. So I don't try to know everything. And I never did that in the beginning. I kind of just jumped all in rather than teaching myself everything I needed to know. So whenever I joined Beautycounter, I said, in the first year of my business, well, a little less than a year, I said, if by next August, I joined in October, if by next August I could make $1,000 a month, that would be, oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. And that is awesome. $1,000 a month and being home all the time. And I made that my second month with the company. So that just right away can talk to or share with you the potential that we have. Sorry, my internet connection just said it was a little unstable, so hopefully it works. You're probably wondering how many hours I work and how much I work being a leader with Beautycounter. So in the beginning, I worked a lot. I almost abruptly stopped my makeup career and I moved to Beautycounter. Like I just jumped right into it. So I was disciplined in the beginning and I knew that to, start a business, you had to put in extra time. So I worked 30 to 40 hours in the beginning. And I mean, that was flexible. Some weeks I worked 10 and some weeks I probably worked 50 or 60. It was all over the place. And I did 5 or 6 in-person socials a month, and I love in-person socials. I just like getting to meet other people and sharing this information in person. But now, 18 months later, I bet you I work 10 to 15 hours a week. I work a lot less because I have a lot of repeat customers, and I've built a really big network, and now I have a team that helps me. And I spend a lot of my time like one-on-one teaching my team, and I still love to do socials, but probably only do 2 or 3 in person a month. I'm not out there as much. So I put in a lot of the time early on, and it paid off for me because now I have a second baby. I have a 2.5-year-old and a 9-month-old. So the majority of my team works, I would say 5 to 10 hours a week, and they make $500 a month. And then I have a chunk of women that work probably 10 to 15 hours a week, and they make $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And then, like I said, my hours have like kind of been all over the place. I just love the flexibility, honestly, that Beautycounter gives me. And I love that I can wake up and decide my schedule. I was just telling somebody this last week. I hate having a schedule. Like, I hate putting on the calendar that I have to do something and setting an alarm. And I know that sounds like ridiculous because I'm the mom of 2, but my baby wakes me up. But I'll be straight up with you. And I used to think, oh, it's so tacky when people share how much money they make. But I want you to know that this is a very, very real possibility. I make this money at home with 2 very little babies, running a house. We just bought a new house and I have like 6 gardens to maintain. The last month I made $5,000 doing this, guys, working from home with my babies. I mean, it's just been mind blowing. I still can't believe that, like saying it out loud. Never in a million years would have I thought I would be here, but it's totally possible. And there's still all this opportunity. I mean, it's still 1% of the population knows what Beautycounter is. So if I could give you any advice, I would say do not wait until you're not busy. You will never not be busy. Busy people are always busy. And if you're calling into this, I can almost lay money on it that you're a busy person looking to just get busier. But what you do now will pay off later down the road. It will pay off financially, your family's health, your happiness. It will make a big difference later on. Do not feel like you have to have all the answers to get going. Just listen to what people need and then find the answers and get back to them. Don't feel like you have to like educate yourself on how to sell a product and all these facts I'm spewing out and how to recommend foundation. I mean, that's why you have a team. That's why I'm here. That's, whoever invited you to this call, they'll help you do all these things. There is no perfect formula for this business. It's going to look different for every single person. So all that matters is that it fits your lifestyle and it makes you happy. And that's it. Honestly, if you want to work at 2 hours a week, if you want to work at 60 hours a week, like, it's totally up to you. So if you're interested in joining Beautycounter, here are the big details. It's $85 to join, and that gets you like your marketing materials and your website. You have a one-time opportunity whenever you first sign on to purchase one of 3 kits, and I strongly advise everybody that's going to join to purchase a kit because they're basically your employees. They're going to do the work for you, while you're off hanging out with your kids. You get them at up to a 44% savings, so they are so worth the investment. As a Beautycounter consultant, you save up to 25% on your products. You make up to 35% commission on your sales and up to 12% commission on the team below you, as you grow your business. Let's see, where am I at here? Once you join. So if you decide like you've liked what you've heard and you've already had a couple conversations with your friend, or maybe you haven't had any conversations and she just invited you and you're like me, like I heard that and I was like, okay, I'm signing on, and I jumped in right away. If you are ready to make the moves and to join Beautycounter, what you need to do is go to the consultant that invited you to this call, go to their website, and you're going to scroll down. If you're already a member, log in with your member account. It's like $60 to join if you're a member instead of the $85. And then you're going to purchase your kit. And as soon as I receive that email that says somebody's joined my team, your mentor is going to add you to 2 exclusive Facebook groups that will really help you get moving. And I cannot say enough about the Beautycounter community. It is such an amazing group of women that empower each other and lean on each other and just share knowledge and ideas. It's a very, very generous community. But so you'll be added to these Facebook groups. You'll receive an email from myself saying exactly the 10 steps you need to do to get things kicked off. So don't feel like, okay, I'm going to join, and then what do I do? We're here to help you and to really hold your hand, especially for those first 3 months to get your business moving. We have this program called the Start Counting program where you can kind of hit different bonuses as you get moving, and you sell and you have somebody join you in the business. So if you have a friend in mind, that's the best way to join is with a friend. But it's a great foundation for your business. So we try our hardest to get you to hit each one of those goals over 3 months. And we really just hope that you lean on us for support. And then I wrote this at the very end, but something I just wanted to add in. Like I said, there's a lot of opportunity to join Beautycounter. And whenever I was at that leadership conference in Dallas, I realized that up until now, Beautycounter's been playing catch up. We've been playing catch up with products. It took us 3 years to make a safe mascara, guys. I mean, that's a ridiculously long time, but we wanted it to work, and we wanted it to be the right formula, and we wanted it to be safe. So we've been playing catch up for 3 or 4 years, but we are about to become the leader in the industry whenever it comes to better beauty and just cosmetics in general. We are going to release next month a patented technology product that nobody else on the market's going to have. Over the next year and a half, we're going to release another 80 products. I mean, we have so much room to grow. I can't even put it into words. I am really, really excited. And I just want you to know that the potential the Beautycounter has to offer you. So before we end, I want to tell you this, and I wrote it down because I didn't want to stumble over my words. Greg Renfrew says this all the time whenever she's speaking with somebody about the opportunity. You have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create a financially rewarding business while simultaneously having a social impact. That is just so important to know that there's 2 parts that go with this. Not only will you have a business, but you're going to make a change in the world. Beautycounter is going to be a global brand. I mean, we're in the US and Canada, but we are going to make a real change. And it's going to be awesome to tell your kids in 10 years, yeah, I helped get lead out of lipstick. I mean, my kids are going to refer to me like, oh my gosh, you're so old. I can't believe that some baby washes had formaldehyde when we were born and you bathed us in that. But I want them to be like, thank you, Mom. Thank you for working so hard to make these changes so I don't have to read ingredient labels. All in all, Beautycounter has totally changed my life. Our happiness, our health, financially, we're a little freer. We can have a little more fun. And opportunities like this do not come every day. So I really urge you to just seize the day and make the leap and join us. and we will have so much fun together. We need women to lead the change, and we need those women that are going to work a couple hours and those that are going to work, full time, whatever that case may be. We need all different types of women, in this business. So I wanted to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I really appreciate your time, and I know it's so hard with like bedtime and little ones, but I'm going to open it up to questions that you may have. So if you are joining us through the Zoom app, there's a little chat that you can type in your questions. But if not, if you're calling in, I'm going to unmute everybody, and you can just go ahead and shout out your question. Okay, so somebody just asked, will there be any pop-up shops this year? So last year we were in Nantucket, and we were in Nantucket because that's where our CEO, Greg Renfrew, spent a lot of her summers as a child. But we will be back in Nantucket this year, and hopefully in the 2018, we will be in many different cities. There were a lot like spit out, but if you have a specific city in mind that you would love for us to be in, make sure if you let Beautycounter know. Last year, how it worked was if somebody shopped at the Nantucket pop-up shop, they could share who their consultant was, and the consultant got credit for their orders at the pop-up shop. So that just shows you like how our channel cohesion works and how this direct retail is really different from everything else out there. Can people in Canada purchase products from me if I'm in the US? Yes, they can. And you can have Canadian consultants join underneath you as well, and the same goes back and forth.
Can they hear you?
I think so.
Huh?
Yes.
All right, guys. Does anybody else have any questions? All right, well, I just wanted to thank everybody one more time for joining us tonight. And if you need anything at all, like, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook. My Beautycounter group is Beautycounter by Kristy, Kristy. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Bye.